everybody? This is Pastor Shay, aka Chaplain G, coming back at you with another word of encouragement for today. I hope this video finds you well. This past weekend was guard drill. Today's Monday. Really, I'm off, but I just wanted to come and share a word. And I got to give you a heads up. If you guys listen to this and you got some little ears that are listening in, this might be a word of encouragement that you want to skip for them. Because today we're going to talk about the proper place for sex, right? I'm gonna keep it short and sweet for some of y'all at the base and other places. Y'all probably heard me say this tagline: "Keep it in your pants." And I used to say that as a way to tell young folks that sexual ethics actually matter. They actually really matter. Not just in a religious way, but in a way that values human life and that values relationships, not just your present relationships, but your future ones as well. And so today I wanted to bring you something from the book of Proverbs. Check out what Proverbs chapter 6, check out what this says. It says, "Can a man carry fire next to his chest and his clothes not be burned? Or can one walk on hot coals and his feet not be scorched? So is he who goes in to his neighbor's wife. None who touches her will go unpunished." So I like the word picture here, right? It says, can a person hold a fire next to his chest and have this expectation that he's not going to be burned by it? A lot of us have been camping before, and when we go camping, it's not that we just light a fire and take the logs and just hold them right here to our chest to stay warm. No, man, that would be silly. We also don't take fire and put it just willy-nilly about the campsite, because that would start a forest fire. And since we live out west, we know the damage and devastation that causes. This author of Proverbs is saying the same thing. Like, sex is great, and I would say the same thing. Sex is awesome, but we keep sex in its proper context. In the same way that a fire is warm, it's soothing to the soul, especially when you're cold. It's useful for protection, for cooking food. There's all kind of uses for it, really, really good uses. But when we use it out of context, it gets really dangerous. And the Proverbs author is saying the same thing. Sex is great, but used outside of its proper context, outside of the context of a healthy and thriving marriage. And not just a healthy and thriving marriage. Like, if your marriage is falling apart, sometimes the solution is have more sex. And so it's good in that marriage context. But when we start putting it out into context like the dating arena, or not even the dating arena, just kind of a hookup culture as a whole, when we put sex out there in that way, it becomes really damaging and really unsafe for all parties involved. Proverbs also says, "Can one walk on hot coals and his feet not get scorched?" Like, who walks on hot coals and expects there not to be ramifications for walking on hot coals? Sex is the same way. Who just has willy-nilly sex and expects there not to be some kind of consequence to it? There could be consequences in your own body with some kind of STD or something like that, or the creation of a child that was unexpected and sometimes not wanted. And then we got to go to drastic measures like abortion or adoption or foster care, things like that. So when we put sex in its proper context, it's great and it's useful and it's enjoyable and it's one of the best things on this side of eternity, if I'm being quite honest. But used outside of proper context, it's damaging. And it's damaging to the soul. It's damaging to our friend groups. There's people that, quite honestly, in my chaplain profession, I've seen, because they've gotten so caught up in another person and just were using sex outside of its proper context, they've had suicidal ideation, and they can't shake some of those chemicals that have been unleashed in their bodies because they've engaged in that activity. There's all kind of stuff that happens. But when we keep it in its proper context, it's great and good and really useful. And I would suggest it to all married couples. And so, my word of encouragement for you today is have healthy sexual ethics. That's my word of encouragement for you. If you got any questions, if you agree, you disagree, let me know. Come back on, drop some comments. But I love y'all. And I say all this because I do love you and I don't want anybody to get hurt. And I'm just giving you the best case scenario on how I think life works best. And really, especially if you're a person of faith, it's how it most honors God. Imagine that if God had a particular person set out for you that he's been thinking about you from eternity past, but then you gave all your gifts away to somebody else. Or God had this other person set out for somebody else and you took all of their special gifts from them. I don't think that's honoring to God. I don't think that's honoring to the person. And it becomes really unsafe. But that's the encouragement. Have healthy sexual ethics. I hope this finds y'all well. Like I said, I love y'all. Hope y'all doing good. Hit me up. Please make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And until next time, man, I hope y'all having a good day. Grace and peace.